This is the Transformers Generation 1 C01 Missing Link G1 Optimus Prime by Takara Tomy. Man, it is a G1 Optimus Prime figure that has complete Marvel Legends articulation. So right here we have the old, well, not that old, the G1 Takara Tomy version Encore Optimus Prime. This is a reissue of the old G1 Optimus Prime figure by Takara Tomy. That's why it's Encore. And you can see how well they mimicked the box and the packaging. There is a slight difference in the way the window's been cut, obviously because of the way he's posed. He's posed like a Marvel Legends figure. This one is the old artwork, and you see the same logo for Transformers in Japanese. But instead of 01, you got C01 here, and you see here Missing Link. And you got 40 years logo here. Takara Tomy label, still the same. Actually, in the old G1 toy, it just said Takara. This was released in 2007 when Tomy had already bought Takara. 1985 was the copyright for the first release of this figure. You can see how well they recreated that packaging down to the grid lines and all that. Let me show off the top part of the box. Oh, wow. Just look at that. The side of the box, you can see this sort of similar. You can again see how they mimicked it. Same sort of panels on the transformation and the features of the figure. You get the old G1 toy box art right here. Even the characters, Japanese characters, are very similar. You don't have this, you have the specs instead, but they did a wonderful job on the packaging. Here we go. Oh, it comes in a styrofoam insert. They actually tried to do the same styrofoam insert that the old 80s toy had, because back in the day styrofoam was still a thing and figures were packed in them, especially the robots. Nowadays we don't see them anymore because styrofoam has chlorofluorocarbons that are actually pretty harmful to the ozone layer. So I'm hoping this is a safe, probably non-CFC styrofoam. I'm hoping it is. You got the touch. And here is the new G1 Optimus Prime Missing Link out of the box. This one on the right is the new version. And this is the old Takara Tomy G1 Optimus Prime. You clearly see it looks identical, except for a few nuances here and there, which we'll get to in a little while. But they did the same mold and just added a little extra. Both sets still come with their roller. I do apologize, I have not put the wheels in. It comes with 6 wheels, the old Encore one, while the new one has 6 wheels in these. Still, I have not cut them out. Try and keep this thing as close to mint as possible. But you can see the mold of the roller is essentially the same. The silver paint they use is very, very close, near metallic silver, very close to each other. But as you can see, the new one feels a little bit more hollow. You can see the pegs right here, they've hollowed it out. The axles, they've hollowed it out. Yeah, they're trying to save money here and there. The new set still has the gas nozzle missiles from the Encore. Looks like this, and then the new one has it this way. The new pieces that the Missing Link has the battle axe and the matrix of leadership, which will fit nicely right here in his chest. You can still remove this piece right here, which I'm not going to do. You can remove the chamber and you can simulate this old G1 style cab, but why would you want to do that when you can have the matrix right there? Put it in the main blaster, the proton cannon of Optimus Prime. As you can see, this one has a better handle, because when Optimus Prime holds this one, it kind of feels awkward. It looks awkward. You should be holding it here, and as such they remolded that rear handle to have a 5mm peg so you can hold it properly. But the mold is relatively similar. One thing I did notice is this gun feels lighter. And as you can see right here, the depression on the stock, this one's a lot deeper, this one's a lot more shallow. I think what they did was they hollowed out the halves of this one. This one's solid halves, they put them together. This one, it's hollow probably here, here, and here. That's why it feels a little lighter. And finally, the instruction sheets. Obviously, this one's going to be different because it's going to show off the articulation. And this used to be, if you purchase the old toys, this used to be the catalog for the other figures in the wave and in the series, but this time around it just shows off the main features of this new missing Link Optimus Prime, how different it is from the original one. Of course, he's got the sticker sheet, he's got the decoder, and a trading card, which is pretty different from the original trading card. And you will notice it says Convoy in the Japanese animation or continuity. Optimus Prime is not known as Optimus Prime, he's known as Convoy. And you see Cybertron because Autobots were called Cybertrons and Decepticons were called Destrons. Let's start with the trailer. This is interesting. So the original, you open up the sides, you open up the ramp, you split it up, and out pops the robot, the maintenance robot. You rotate, and yep, and he still has the claw, and the missiles would fit right there, and this thing opens. Now it's basically the same. You see, you open it up. Always tight the first time you do it. Come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then the side supports do still fold out. Basically, essentially the same. It folds up this way, that way, and you can open it up. One big difference you will notice is the new one no longer has the launch spring-loaded mechanism, which you can actually, you load up Roller or whoever, an Autobot, and then you press the button right here, it launches it. This no longer has that, which is a shame. This was a pretty cool gimmick back in the day, and I wish they could have used that. New trailer, they still have the rubber wheels and chromed out rims. Just not sure, because somebody mentioned to me, like when I did the Sandstorm review, and when I mentioned that Hasbro's back to rubber type and I did the Beachcomber review, they said it's not actually rubber, it's just soft PVC plastic. I don't know, so I don't know if this is still rubber. The gray looks faded on this one. This one looks premium dark gray plastic, like shiny dark gray plastic. This one still shiny but a little dull light gray plastic. This one looks cheap as heck. It looks faded inside. Like here, if you at certain angles, it feels like the plastic's already yellowing. That's what I'm getting from these two. So in essence, this trailer still, I think, superior to the new trailer, which is really a shame. The stickers are the same. Also, you will notice that the sticker on the side of the truck is less shiny. It's a little bit more matte than this one. This one's really shiny metallic. This one, they took it down a notch. Okay, let's move on to the robots or the truck cabs. First thing I tried to look for when I took him out of the packaging was, where are the fists? The fists that come with the robot, which you attach onto the headlamps. And I was like, where are they? Did I get a quality issue? And then I realized, I don't think you need fists anymore, removable fists anymore. We'll show that off later, but let me just refresh your memory by transforming this original Optimus Prime figure. So you fold down the legs. This was such a treat. It was so satisfying to do. When I was a kid, I did not have one of these. I think I told that story a million times already. I did get Ultra Magnus. That was my Optimus Prime when I was a kid, and I could never get this. It's so cool transforming this robot, but he didn't look anything like he did on the show, because he was, look at him, his misproportion and all that, but it's okay. The die-cast pieces, the feet were die-cast. I don't know if this is die-cast. I think it's plastic. The chest obviously is die-cast. This new one, kind of similar. It does transform relatively the same. So what you do is you still fold down the legs, but as you can see, the legs do split apart. You notice there's also some die-cast pieces right here on the thighs, on the toes, as well as the chest. So more die-cast pieces. Again, you move the arm, but this time be very careful, because the fists, there you go, the missing fists, they're right there. Oh my goodness. And look at this. You've got some molded pieces on the forearm, which normally you'd put the stickers right there, but now you don't, because he's got those molded details in, and I thought that was pretty cool. And one thing I did notice first is like the fists are on swivels, you've got wrists, and the hands have articulated fingers. That is so cool. fold up the neck up there, and there you have the new Optimus Prime. Now, before I forget, the new G1 also has the original. I think this is the old rub sign. And if you're not familiar with these rub signs, back in the 80s, the G1 toys, each one had these. They were blacked out, and they were thermal sensitive stickers. And what you would do is you would rub them, and it would reveal if the figure was an Autobot or a Decepticon. And the Autobot faction logo in this case would appear like in different colors, like green, brown, and all that. And it was like a thermal sensitive sticker paper. Usually it would work, but after some time, it would just not work anymore. The main difference really and best feature about this new G1 Optimus Prime is the articulation. So the old figure just did this, and you kind of do this, and the neck doesn't move. That's it. This new one, the neck can now swivel. Well, you've got the old butterfly joints because of transformation, but the arms can now move this way and this way. Pretty cool. The elbows are on ratcheting hinge joints. You can move them this way because of transformation. As I mentioned earlier, the wrists now have articulation and articulated fingers. He's got a waist swivel, but hindered by these pieces right here. That's okay. At least you can still move him. And get this, they've added an ab crunch. They went full on Marvel Legends articulation with this G1 Optimus Prime. The legs have been given Marvel Legends treatment as well. You can move the wheels off to the side so you can make him do the splits. You can actually have the legs kick forward and backward. Get this, he's got thigh swivels. How cool is that? These are metal pieces right here. The die-cast hips and plastic thighs, they got thigh swivels right there. Ratcheting hinge joints that bend more than 90 degrees. And get this, other than the toe articulation, he's got a rocker toe articulation or rocker angle tilts. Kind of pseudo angle tilts, but it's actually the toes that are actually tilt. But it's pretty cool. You get him in such decent, amazing, dynamic poses. This is how G1 toys should have been growing up as a kid. Because one of my frustrations collecting G1 toys when I was a kid was I stopped collecting them after I got frustrated because I couldn't get them in poses as how I saw them in the cartoons. It was really annoying. They didn't look anything like the cartoons. And now we have a chance to relive our childhood and actually have them in poses the way we saw them in the cartoons. And that's what's really cool about this new G1 toy. That's why you're getting it. It's really the playability that this new Missing Link series brings to the table, which you could not do with the old G1 toys. The old G1 toys really was just transforming figures. The fun in them was really transform them from robot to vehicle mode. And that's the essence of Transformers back in the day. That's why they sold so well. So are non-transforming Transformers? We'll save that discussion for another video. But to me, the whole gimmick back in the day was just transforming. And now you've got transforming figures plus articulation. I think that is amazing. And I hope Takara Tomy continues to do this.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
And so some final thoughts on this Missing Link G1 Optimus Prime. Man, this figure absolutely blew me away. I did not expect this to be this good. The main gimmick of this new figure is really the articulation, and that brings a whole new level of dynamic posing to the table when it comes to G1 figures. I really thought they were just going to give it some extra knee hinges, some I don't know, like a hip or something like that, but they went above and beyond what was expected. That ab crunch, waist swivel, multiple articulations on the arms. They even put a matrix on this guy. And before I forget, he actually does have an axe that you can actually attach. And as you can see right there, that axe is absolutely gorgeous. You can fight off against Megatron's Mace or Morningstar, and you could relive that old G1 episode, the first 3 episodes where they fight it off. Oh my goodness, this figure is absolutely amazing. I'm going to give it right now a 10 out of 10. If you were a big fan of the old G1 toys, and just like me, you hated the fact that you couldn't get them in poses and in these dynamic dioramas and in situations where you have them fight each other, just like how you saw them in the cartoon, you are going to love this new G1 Optimus Prime. I'm just thrilled that Takara Tomy is actually doing this to a lot of the G1 Transformers. I hear there's now pre-orders for Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. I'm hoping we get a missing link version of this Megatron figure. I mean, come on, Takara Tomy. Please, Hasbro's not going to do it. It's up to you guys to actually do this. And if you can give this guy better articulation, maybe better, better everything, I'd be so thrilled to actually pair them up together. But as far as my old G1 toy, he was well loved. I actually never got him as a kid. I only got this guy at a local convention, about, what, 7 years ago, before the pandemic hit. And I think it's time for me to let this one go and pass it off to another collector who's looking for one. And this is my new G1 Optimus Prime. Absolutely loving it. Do not sleep on this figure, especially if you're an Optimus Prime collector. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this new Transformers G1 Missing Link C01 Optimus Prime by Takara Tomy. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.